Hello and welcome to High Caliber TV, your source for figure and model updates every Wednesday and Friday. Today on Figure Friday, I'm going to be taking a look at some really unique figures from Black Dog Miniatures. First off are the US EOD technicians in Iraq, Afghanistan. These are really cool figures because they would make any diorama with an MRAP or a Lab 25, a Humvee, anything that they use for route clearance, they'd make it really stand out. The tech with the hardbook is probably my favorite because he can be put with an EOD bot, which, like, who else does that? I can't think of anyone who does the hardbook. He also comes with, in his dump bag, the magazine dump bag, he's got a clear water bottle that they provide, which is super cool. And he also has the oil drum, so he's a full vignette on his own. All you need to do is add the bot. The figures in their full battle suits, like the things that they wear to prevent themselves from being vaporized, also have a lot of character because the one crouching actually comes with an IED, or it's either an IED or it's the stuff that he's putting on the IED to destroy it. They both come with the face shields as clear resin, or maybe it's plastic. I think it's resin, but it's clear anyway. So you get to detail the inside of the helmet, the face, and then put the mask on, which is a really cool detail. These guys are really great because they not only work for route clearance stuff in Afghanistan and Iraq, but they also work for any contemporary warfare sort of asymmetrical combat that happened in the past decade or so. They could be Germans or anyone in Bosnia disarming bombs, because the suit was used by so many different people. You know, they even use these suits for Homeland Security in America. So, you know, keep that in mind. The next two are really unique. Probably one of my favorite Black Dog figures. The German soldiers in Afghanistan, one of them has a hand-tossed drone that he's deploying, and the other one is checking out the terrain with the integral scope in his G36. The guy with the drone, the kit, the figure comes with a full drone in the kit, like it's the drone. When I saw it, I thought, oh, you're probably going to have to provide your own drone, which would be impossible. So they give you the drone. It's crazy. That's one of the reasons why he's one of my favorites. Not to mention the fact that they're the only contemporary German infantry that are worth your time and worth doing on the market in 1/35 scale. You've got all the German, you know, ubiquitous stuff. The plate carrier with the Molly on like every square inch of it, which is super German. And the other guy has a G36, which is very German. I can't think of any weapon that's more German. These guys are really great because you can put them with on their own as a vignette, just the two of them, or you could have them escorting the Black Dog German tankers, or what I was thinking was you could have them on a joint operation with American troops in Afghanistan, which makes a lot of sense and it'd look really good. The final ones are the Black Dog Australian tank crew in Afghanistan, Iraq. I know what you're thinking. Who else would put in the time to do an Australian tank crew in contemporary combat? Which, to me, when I saw these, I thought, finally, because of the sheer amount of Australian vehicles that are in combat these days. They've been buying a lot of American equipment, like Lab 25s, Abrams main battle tanks, things like that. So you can put them with any of that stuff. I know that there were units of diggers in Iraq, and in Afghanistan I think there were just SASR as a QRF, but there may have been you know, provincial reconstruction team units in there as well. So that makes them really unique, especially if you're doing a vehicle that has camouflage on it, because the Australians still camouflage their vehicles. These are just a few of the contemporary NATO figures that Black Dog Miniatures do. They also do Canadian tankers and infantry, which is great. They do a bunch of other German figures, British tank crews, and infantry in Iraq, Afghanistan, with the minesweeping stuff. And some of my favorites are the American infantry on foot patrol in Iraq, because they've got all the esoteric American gear on them, which is really cool. I'm personally working on 4 Canadian tankers, infantry for a Lab 3 diorama, for IPMS Seattle. And I can tell you that the quality of these figures is really good. You also get the fantastic packaging that the folks at Black Dog Miniatures put into their boxes, like all the peanuts that they put in. And they also cast the barrels, the rifle barrels, as a separate piece, which I know might turn some people off, but for me it's perfect because they cast them and then they put it on its own casting block with spare resin posts up the sides, which means that you're never going to get warped or snapped rifle barrels before you open it, which is perfect. So for all of these figures and more, please check out highcaliberminiatures.com. I'll put the link in the description below. Follow us on Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.